Years after I first remembered my past life as Obe in ancient Egypt, I sought out a hypnotherapist trained in Dr. Newton's method of past life regression. I felt fortunate to find someone like her in my own hometown. It was as though it had been preordained. The session itself lasted 2 hours, yet it felt no longer than 30 minutes. From the moment I went under, a flood of EVPs poured through, multiples voices moving from one lifetime to the next. Most of it was rambling, snippets giving only glimpses of each life and occasionally pausing. 90% was of everyday conversation. There were things like, "You can't use that soup bowl," and, "Ray, you need to believe her." I will focus on the more interesting information that I found fascinating. For example, a few of my deaths, or more comments regarding the life of Obe in ancient Egypt. Among the EVP voices was one distinct presence. Apparently my guide, who in that Egyptian lifetime had been my father. He corrected me at times, filled in details I had overlooked, and shared knowledge I had once lived but forgotten. When the session ended, I emerged so deeply entranced that over 90% of what had happened was lost to conscious memory. Only the recording remained, but even that came with heavy obstacles. The therapist's office was inside a bustling building full of electronic interference. Her chosen background music was loud, sharp, and high-pitched, exactly the kind of sound that clashed with the delicate, whispery nature of EVPs. Together, these factors made the voices nearly impossible to decipher. Determined, I turned to software like Audacity and SoundForge, struggling to clean the audio, but with little progress. Finally, I invested in an expensive headset, and the difference was astonishing. Even so, the work was grueling. From September 2021 until September 2025, I labored over the recording. Much of it remained unusable, buried beneath distortion, but some of it was priceless. Through that fractured audio, I learned the name of my guide, pronounced Ruach. In Hebrew, it would be spelled Ruach and means spirit, breath, and wind. In Kabbalistic and mystical traditions, Ruach is often considered the essential life force or core spiritual essence of a being. It's the part of a person that carries consciousness, vitality, and character. The intangible spark that defines the self beyond the physical body. And I caught fleeting glimpses of countless other past lives, numbering in the hundreds. Only fragments surfaced, snippets of voices that could only have come through from my Akashic records. Still, even those fragments carried weight, like shimmering pieces of a vast mosaic I have yet to fully uncover. What I endeavor to do now is draw from those 2 hours of audio to paint a vivid picture of that remarkable experience. For anyone attempting to access their Akashic records under hypnosis, my greatest advice is this: surrender to the process. Do not overthink. Do not analyze. Simply relax, drift, and trust your therapist to guide you. The recording begins with me greeting my guide, asking if he had found me. He acknowledged his presence as an EVP and then spoke a single word, one that carried astonishing implications and set the tone for everything that followed. It was a command both gentle and absolute. Open. That single word unlocked what became 2 hours of EVP voices, echoing from the timeline of my Akashic records and spilling forth from countless past lives, too numerous to even count.